Hi, good evening, guys. Welcome to Fridays. Today we're going to share about the topic maximum heart rate versus heart rate reserve. So we're going to start in 2 minutes time. Can you guys hear my voice? If you can hear my voice, please comment yes. Okay, give me a thumbs up. Because today only me. Okay, so I can't see. You can see a comment here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask a comment or give a question here. Yep. So today's section actually is powered by Spin Malaysia. Actually, they are doing the t-shirt printings and also Facebook, the live with the brand together. Okay. So yep, we're gonna start in 2 minutes time. Okay. Feel free to ask questions if you have any regarding the heart rate trainings, heart rate settings. Okay. Okay, we have 1 more minute. We're gonna start the today's topic. So today I'm gonna show you the slide later. What is about regarding the max heart rate and heart rate reserve. So this is also due to we buy the smartwatch. Okay, so you need to set before you train. Okay, so that's the reason why we're doing this. Okay, my intention for the day. For sure, you my experience, my opinions for the last few years what I use. Cool. Share my slide. Cool. Slide. Okay. Slide. Okay, very good evening, guys. Today is Friday. I know you have a lot of activities for tomorrow. Maybe some of you need to work for tomorrow. And maybe Sunday you have a lot of LXDs, runnings with your friends. Okay. Oh, sushi come out, relevant to you. What is this? Okay. Explain me more what sushi come out. Okay. So basically, today, very thank you guys to stay with me. And for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to share with you my opinion regarding about the max heart rate and also the heart rate reserve. You always see this setting into our watch, especially Garmin, Chorus as well, and etc. for other watches as well. So today, this Facebook Live is our very first time. We are and if you have any inquiries, feel free to go to the website and visit them. Okay. Yes, I'm going to show you guys my slide. So just a little bit introduction myself. I've been running for the last 10 years. Basically, before I become a running coach, basically I have a lot of curiosities, how to train, why I have injuries. So I also do a lot of studies. So after 4 years back, I start to share whatever I learned from internet, from certifications. So to pay it forward to share with you guys. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys one of the slide I have here. Right. So yes. So okay. Okay, this slide. Okay, know your heart rate. Know by me. All right. So before I talk about maximum heart rate and heart rate reserve, let's talk about what is this scientific training quantified. Okay. So I noticed a lot of people they buy a smartwatch. So basically, they buy the smartwatch like me. Previously, I get my very first smartwatch. I still remember I'm using a Polar RCX3. So I get my smartwatch. I have a heart rate. I just wear to run, detect GPS. So after come back, I just look at the data, but I don't know what's going on. And every time I race, I just look at my pace, my duration times, 10K, my time, is it improved or not improved or getting worse. So these are the things I see. Okay, some of the people they even just buy a very expensive smartwatch to see calorie burns, the step. So actually inside the smartwatch, you have many reports or we call data. Okay, it's related to you. Okay, so it's very interesting. Okay, it's not just bought about 1,000-2,000 of watch. and equivalent to your PC, right? Or equivalent, maybe cheaper than your smartphone. But actually inside have many data related to your training, your health, your stress. Items here, I call 3 elements of scientific training or planning. So the first one is quantify. And what is quantify? Quantify means your intensities of training versus times your timing training and equivalent your training volume. Okay, this is the quantify. Okay, if you don't wear any smartwatch, you cannot see how's your training volume. You don't know how's your training, the intensities, how hard is it, and what's duration. And 1 week, how many kilometers you run, how many duration you train. So you don't know. Basically, you just blindly go and run, follow friend to do LSD, your friend doing interval, you follow friends to hill trainings. So these are the just without the smartwatch. Okay. So of course you will bring your handphone. The handphone will capture your step or maybe time. Okay, but it won't tell you that your physical, how do you feel? Is it very hard or very easy? Okay. So second is your personalized. Okay. So why are we getting our smartwatch? The reason why is your heart rate zone, which is you have the heart rate, wristband heart rate or the strap heart rate. It detects your indicator, your heart rate, because everyone heart rate is different. Some have a higher heart rate, some have a lower heart rate, some have a higher resting heart rate, some have a lower resting heart rate. Okay, and heart rate personalized equivalence to your heart rate zone times your training pace, which is your workout, how fast you run, how slow you run, equivalent your homework. Okay, say for example you're doing a training for this week, so equivalent you know how hard you train, or maybe how fit you are as well after MCO, okay, or before MCO. Okay, the last part will be prioritizations. Which one to train first? Your race preparations. If let's say you have a race for the next 4 months, so what are you going to do? Are you going to just every day run 5K, or you're going to have a very structured program, which is I categorize into basic, progress, peak, and adjustment. These are your race preparations. Okay, very basic. And why are these conditioning? How do we feel? How's our strength when we run? How's our technique? How's our performance? That's the reason why we have these 3. Okay, next. Now let's come to, before we talk about data, let's choose a watch first. Okay, you get any watch, you can get Garmin's, other brands like C brands and P brands and also S brand. So you choose a heart rate watch, correct? So you buy it. Okay, the next one, we need to do a test. We call assessment. Okay, you need to test your maximum heart rate. I know outside there's a lot of general mention about how to test your maximum heart rate, which is using a formula called 220 minus your age. Not to say totally wrong, but this is just a general guidance. Okay, if you want more accurate, you can do a test. If you're just okay with the general, you can use that. Okay, because some brands, smartwatch like Fitbit, they usually use the general formulas like 220 minus your age, just key in max heart rate. Done. Nothing to do. Okay. Second, test our maximum heart rate is because we need to know how fit we are. Second, some people, they are born to above the general or below the general populations. So we need to know how accurate your maximum heart rate. And it also is a safety features. You don't overtrain. If let's say you always overtrain your maximum heart rate, then you get fatigued. You're gonna get very exhausted as well. So we don't want to do that. Okay. So very important to test your maximum heart rate. Okay, because usually we training is about 70-80%. This is how we train. Okay, hardly go for 100%. Okay, only once in a while. The third part will be to test your resting heart rate. So this is very important. You know, training usually, when you talk about improvement, it's not about how you train, is do you rest or not. So when you rest, you get improved. So the resting heart rate is always when you get the rest. When you woke up in the first morning, you test your heart rate pulse. So, but remember, when you test your resting heart rate, you need to stand. When we're running, standing, right? So with both legs standing, we're not sleeping, we're not laying down. So that's why when you test your running resting heart rate, you need to stand to test. Okay, when you woke up every morning, rest for 2-3 minutes, close your eyes, test your pulse or use the wristband to test. Okay. So number 4 is key in your heart rate zone. The most important is the max and the resting heart rate. Okay. And the last part, when you have all these things key tested, then you can start to create your own training plan, or you can pass to your coaches to help you to create training plan. Okay. Okay, if I talk too fast, please comment, okay? Or ask a question from there, okay? I will answer you after this because I can't see the question now. Okay, how do we test our maximum heart rate, okay, and your resting heart rate? Very simple. Resting heart rate, basically, when you woke up, like I say, it's indoor, not outdoor. 3 minutes, close your eyes, check your heart rate. After that, after 3 minutes, you check your heart rate, okay? So make sure you're very calm. Make sure you don't drink coffee before you test your heart rate, resting heart rate going to go up, going to spike up. Average about resting heart rate, I would say is about 60 below, or maybe 50 below. Some elite, they are even 40 below. That's elite, very elite levels. Okay, so this is how you test your resting heart rate. Sometimes when we sleep, of course, they will capture the resting heart rate. But if you want more accurate, the best way is to stand up to test. The best time to test is when you woke up in the morning. You can continuous to test 3 days for your resting heart rate. You're gonna roughly there. Okay, you can test every once a month, three days like that. It's fine. Okay. So second, how do we test our maximum heart rate? So for the last 4 years, I've been doing more than 10 training for the know your heart rate zones, know your maximum heart rate, which is we do the test in the running track. Okay, we partner with Garmin as well. So we do the running maximum heart rate. We run at the track. We do 800 with the 6-minute pace, 400 meters for cool down jog. Last will be 330s. Usually people do the 3-4 set, they're done already because basically they're gonna reach their maximum heart rate. This is how we do our test on maximum heart rate. Okay, basically is to test your maximum. Okay, but make sure when you do your maximum heart rate test, you have enough sleep for the last 2 days, and you don't have any illness or any other things to affect your maximum heart rate. This is very, very important because you're going to fit. Okay, make sure you're fit, then you're going to test your maximum heart rate. Okay, and if you have your friends run faster than you, maybe you can ask your friend to pace you to do the maximum heart rate. Okay, buy him a lunch. Okay, now I'm going to share with you the next few slides. So you can see that our watch actually come with few settings for running. There's cycling, there's running, there's swimming. So all the test maximum heart rate is different. Okay, so I'm just talking about runners, how to test your maximum heart rate. Okay, and resting heart rate. Okay, if you want to know more about cycling and swimming, probably I'm going to invite other coaches, maybe a triathlon coach. So let me know. Okay, so you can see in our watch, actually they come with 3 settings for running. The first one is your maximum heart rate. Second is your heart rate reserve. The last one will be your heart rate threshold heart rate. Okay, that's the threshold heart rate I call. So what are those 3 differentiates? Okay, let me share with you. Okay, the first one, this is called heart rate zone divisions. I found from internet. Of course, this chart actually I found out in the book called The Law of Running from Tim Nock. Okay, but originally it's from Illinois. Okay, that's there. You can read the name. Okay, so you can see into the maximum heart rate zone chart. There's a warm up, 60% below, fat burning, 60 to 70%, aerobic, okay, base, 71 to 80%, and threshold pace, 81 to 90%. The last one will be anaerobic base, 91 to 100s. Okay, the difference between this setting is you need to key in your maximum heart rate. That's it, or the resting heart rate. Customize if you have other format. I just use these 3 examples to explain to you. Okay, the next one will be the heart rate reserve zone. Okay, this one usually used on the NSCA, which is the National Strength and Conditioning Association, and their setting will be, and you can also find this setting into Jack Daniel running, the running formula. Okay, so they have aerobic endurance base, and the percentage will be 59 to 74%. Aerobic power will be 75 to 84%. Threshold will be 85 to 88%. Anaerobic endurance will be 89 to 95%. And the last part will be anaerobic power, 96 to 100%. Okay. Personally, I like this setting. I'm using the heart rate reserve. Reason why I like this is because later I will explain why. Okay, the reason behind. Okay. Mostly my student, I will recommend them to set their setting into HRR, which is the heart rate reserve. So if you're using Garmin's, you can see this HRR. Okay, the your maximum heart rate. Okay, and the percentage you need to follow this one. The last one will be the lactic threshold heart rate zone. This one you can find it into a book called Triathlon 2.0, data-driven performance training from Joe Freight. So Joe Freight is the author who write the power meters, triathlon training bibles, and the book of this is page 45. Okay, if you have that, please go and have a look. His lactic threshold heart rate zone will be energy efficient for the first zone, 65, 85% aerobic threshold, maximum lactic threshold stable state, lactic threshold, and a maximum lactic accumulations, which is 105 and above. Okay, I never used this before because it's I prefer the heart rate reserve. Okay, so just my opinion. Okay, no right and wrong. Okay, it's up to you. There's a 3 sample here. You can use it. Okay. Now come to your maximum heart rate. Your you want your data more accurate, related back to your personalized training. Okay, you need to set. Okay, so how do we do is I'll just use Garmin as a sample. Examples, you go to your watch, your setting, configure heart rate zone. Make sure you select your running, heart rate zone running, very important. And the fourth one, select based on heart rate reserve. You have your max heart rate, lactic threshold heart rate, and the heart rate reserve. Okay, resting heart rate, you select, you put your own resting heart rate. Okay, make sure you test it. And you put your maximum heart rate and followed by for the percentage of this. Okay, done. So that's where you have your zone 1 to 5, your heart rate reserve setting. As simple as that. Okay. This is another example. Another example. Okay. Now, once you set your heart rate zone, into the indicators, we have a number for heart rate. Okay. So what's the meaning of the heart rate? Actually, there's no or you in an anaerobic base. Okay. So these are the indicators we want to know. Because today, let's say for example, I'm doing easy run. So I need to run at maybe zone 1. So my base will be maybe maximum will be 1.9. So if you run more than 1.9, means I exceed my target. If you're doing your zone 3 trainings, so you need to make sure you have running 3.0 until 3.9. Okay, this is called your heart rate zone. Your zone, okay, which is something like your car gears, okay? You follow your gears, gear 1. Today you train for gear 1, tomorrow you train for gear 2, and third day you train for gear 3. Okay, so you need to understand from that. Of course, if I ask you to see your numbers, you cannot remember, oh, today I want to train 156 until 170. So it's going to be much more complicated. So you just need to remember how to train at the zone and what's your target of the zone. Maybe your coaches will give you a set of training. They're going to tell you today you're going to run at easy at zone 1 or zone 2. Or you're going to do a hill work, zone 3 or zone 2. For example, zone divisions, right? There's one more settings not related to your heart rate. Actually, it's for the power meters one. So this one actually you need to have those like a running pod or the Stryd power to check your running power, because some people they use pace, some people they use like heart rate train, some people they use power walk to train. Okay, that one I will talk maybe next time. Okay, for the power meters training. Okay, so how do we get our heart rate reserve? Very simple. So sorry, this one is talk about heart rate reserve versus maximum heart rate. Okay, so how do we get our target heart rate zone? So what is target heart rate zone? Let's say for example tomorrow you want to train your target heart rate zone is about 70%. Okay, I just talk up 60%. Let's say for example. So there's a 2 indicator here, and so how do you get your target heart rate zone? Is you use 60% and 200 minus 50 plus 50 resting heart rate. So you get this formula. sorry, this is the age. Okay, the age minus 50. Okay, the 50 is your resting heart rate. Then you get 150 plus 50, and 60% is 90. Okay, plus 50, you get your target heart rate zone, which is the 60% is 140. Okay, so here I explain why I'm not using maximum heart rate. As simple as that. Why using heart rate reserve, reserve heart rate. So because heart rate, maximum heart rate, usually they start from 0 to your max heart rate. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm not using that. I'm using a heart rate reserve because usually we start from our resting heart rate to our maximum heart rate. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm using heart rate reserve as in more accurate. Okay, so this is one of the formula you can use. And if you read about the book called Jack Daniels, so inside they got one of the sample chart for you. They're also using the NSCA, the settings for how to set your heart rate zone, how to train as well. Rerun, because it's very, very low intensities. Your body can cope and very comfortable. You can talk as well when you run, while you run. And people use for LST as well, also using Zone 1 for easy run. Okay, so marathon pace, later I'll explain one by one on that. So this is just some sample, okay? So all this information is based on, I think, from Daniel running formula. Okay, this is one of the chart. And this table 80.1 also explain why I'm using heart rate reserve, because the numbers of the, it's not about accuracy, it's the number of the percentage is very close to VO2 max percentage. So that's the reason, okay? So that's why I'm using that. And maximum heart rate usually a bit far off from the VO2 max percentage. So that's why the data will be, I won't say not accurate, I would say it will be different reading and different analyze, okay? Because I get used to the heart rate reserve, so I just use that as an explanation. Zone, okay, zone 1, zone 2. Once you key in the setting I give to you, you can see all these indicators come up. If let's say today you're training at zone 2, but what happens if you accidentally run at the zone 3? So it means what? You waste your energy of 34 minutes to train on zone 3, but in order for you to run maybe 1.5 hours for the zone 2, you just split into half. That's the indicator, okay? So the zone 1 will be the easy one, okay? There's a color difference. Of course, different watch, different brand, they have different indication, okay? But the zone, usually they will have that, like Suunto, Chorus, Polar, Garmin, they will have zone 1 to zone 5. The only difference is the setting. Some setting is like 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90, 100%. Like Polar, they use that setting. They have their own, I would say, algorithm setting. So no right and wrong. It depends which reference you prefer, okay? For me, I prefer heart rate reserve, okay? So let me explain, I still have 5 more slides. So let me just explain what is different. So you can develop your aerobic capacities on muscles when you train on this pace. You also train your body to use your fat as a fuel, okay? And you also increase your motor adrenaline, okay? Increase your muscle blood capillary, okay? So usually people run at this pace very comfortable, okay? 30 to 150 minutes minimum, okay? So yeah, the percentage is this. And the marathon running, we call M pace zone 2. Usually this one is to increase your confidence of long distance. If you're preparing for a marathon, this is a good pace for you to train, okay? Especially the last 4 weeks. You need to get used to the pace. And this pace is very close to your tempo pace, which is the T pace zone 3, because it's hard. I won't say hard, I would say you feel okay, still feel very strong from there. Yeah, you're still able to talk, but it's a hard section for easy run, okay? Both easy and M pace is train your aerobic pace. Train that, no problem. So the zone 3 will be the threshold, or we call tempo run, okay? Purpose is to improve your ability of your blood lattice, clear your blood lattice, according to the books. Increase your metabolism and tolerance of the lactic when you run. Maintain a longer T pace for endurance. So usually people run at this pace to train your endurance, okay? Endurance means something like 10K, 21K. This is a good pace to train, okay? To get stronger. Some people they usually run at continuous for T-pace about 20 minutes, maximum up to 60 minutes. That is how do they train. Okay, of course for starting you can do like we call interval tempo, threshold run, or maybe, yeah. So tempo run, usually people run 20 minutes and to 60 minutes. That's the average. Okay. So the whole intention is to train your endurance for this pace. Actually is to close to your zone 5, which is after you run 2 minutes, during the 2 minutes is zone 4. After 2 minutes, it becomes zone 5 already because you reach your max, your heart rate. Okay, this is zone 5. So the I pace. Okay, usually people say when you train at interval training, most of the elite usually they run at interval running because it will help you to improve your speed, and it also help you to train your running academy as well. Okay, and usually some people say they help you to develop your VO2 max. So what they're trying to say is, let's say you're born with have 69 VO2 max. Currently, you're not fit. You're about 50 or 45. When you train, when you do more interval running, you help you to reach your max. Not to say over your max, but to reach your max, your own targets. Okay, everyone have different targets. Okay, because it's according to genetic. Like yesterday, I think we talked about this topic as well with Coach Tan Chen Yong. Okay. Okay, usually people train at interval training. Usually you need at least minimum 2 minutes. Max, I would say current max, VO2 max heart rate. Okay, this is the interval training. Usually people run at like 5 minutes, not 5 minutes. I would say 1 to 2 minutes, then rest 1 to 2 minutes. So the resting ratio is about 1 to 1. Okay. This one also they call according to Jack Daniel books, they call aerobic power phase. Okay. When we do the lab test, still remember yesterday we talked about you want to test your VO2 max. There's two ways to do it. One is the lab. This is me, I'm running in the lab. Okay, to do the lab test for the VO2 max. And the field, you can also do your field test as well for the VO2 max. But if you want more accurate, you're going to do it in the lab. But make sure you're very fit. And for the last 4 weeks, you have trained. Okay, if not, you go into the lab, you're going to waste off your energy and time. Okay, because you're not going to test you're not going to get your accurate VO2 max, even though you test in the lab. Make sure you're fit. You can train for 3 to 4 weeks at least. Okay, make sure you reach your running. Usually people after the long run, they will do repetition running because after the long run, they're getting lazy, sloppy. So they need to do some speed run, maybe 30, 50 meters to back to the form, the running form. So this is very good to develop back your speed and running economies. But just the 50 meters, 15, not even 100 meters, 50 or 100 meters, I would say. Yeah, you do that. Less than 2 minutes. Okay, max is 2 minutes. Cool. Usually, yeah, people do the repetition pace. They call strike as well. After ALC, they call strike. Just run as fast as you can for the 50 meters. Okay. So in conclusions, these are the 5 pace we usually train: the easy pace, the marathon pace. Easy pace is to train your peripheries. Marathon pace is to train your confidence. For endurance, we train at D pace. And for interval, we train for aerobic power. Okay, for speed economies and question air time. Oops. All right. So yes, can you hear me? Okay, if you have any question, please feel free to ask here. Let me see. You have another question. Okay, no question over there. Saravanan, Sushi Kama, relevant to you. Okay, I don't know what's the mean. So please tell me more. Okay, screen is blurred, coach. Screen is blurred. Is it still blurred now? Okay, screen is still blurred. Okay, so once again, thank you, Spin Malaysia, to sponsor this Facebook Live today. So if you want to know more about their products, you can go to their Facebook or their website to check out more. Okay, so yep, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Let me see here. Okay. So above those settings, make sure you go and test it before you go and set your watch. Okay. If you don't test it, you don't have the number, you cannot set watch. Okay. Okay. Gopal asked these questions. How to differentiate the heart rate reserve for running and cycling? Wow. Okay. Heart rate reserve. Basically, I don't have the cycling setting for heart rate reserve. So I don't have the answer, to be honest. Okay, because I only have the running heart rate reserve setting. But I think the intention is the same. The setting I don't have, but the intention is the same, because why most of the people they choose heart rate reserve setting is because it's more relevant and more accurate versus our data. So that's why. I give you very simple things. Okay, the heart rate reserve usually setting is from your maximum heart rate and your resting heart rate. This is where our working capacity. Let's say working capacity. Okay, so usually we start from resting, then we do warm up until 140 the heart rate, then we train from here. Either train upper, higher, or lower, lower. Okay, it's in between this train. So that's the reason why I'm using the heart rate reserve as a setting and training and studying my own data. So that's the only reason. For cycling, I'm not sure. Any cyclist here or coach here can help me answer this question. But I think the intention is the same. Yeah, just one more accurate. Okay, but you can use, of course, you can use other setting like max heart rate and lactate threshold heart rate. But you just need to make sure you understand why you set that and how to read the data. If not, end of the day, you set it, you just follow people set it, but you don't understand how to analyze. Or maybe you can get a coach to help you to analyze from that. So yeah, that is my. Cannot read just now. Data cannot read just now. What do you mean, Bondi? Data cannot read just now. Which data? My screen data or your watch data? Okay. So let me know so that I can help you. Okay. But I think the basic setting for your watch, usually you need to set few things before you enter to maximum heart rate test or resting heart rate test. First thing first is your age, very important, your age, your height, your weight. Because they're gonna use the watch, usually gonna use this as a case study when you train, because sometimes you lose weight or maybe you gain some muscle, okay, muscle mass. So this all the thing they will calculate, they will study day to day. The way you train more, the more accurate they become. Of course, provided you have the setting. If you don't set anything, sorry about that. I won't say your data are going to be very accurate. It's just a roughly, agak-agak. Okay, I will say roughly there, but it's not accurate. Okay, so when you're not accurate, do again another 4 weeks training. Okay, provided setting, then another 4 weeks training. I used to be like that for last when I first bought my Polar RCX3 and also my Garmin 225, I can't remember. So the data, I never understand why. And I never understand why I just said that. Until I go and do some research and study, read some books. So I found out, and they tell me why we do that, the intention, the scientists behind, and why other coaches are using this, and how accurate they are, how to analyze the data, and to use that to become better. Okay, so yeah, your slide data info. Which slide info? Which slide you? Okay, which slide? Yep. Okay. Heart rate reserve equivalent to. Okay, this one I don't understand why. The question. The heart rate reserve equivalent to 3K pace heart rate. heart rate reserve. I don't understand the questions. 3K pace heart rate is usually is your zone 5. The heart rate reserve actually is your setting. So there's nothing we do together. Okay, it's different thing. Okay. Yep, it's two different things. Maybe you can give me more information so that I can help you on this. How to run your best 3K pace heart rate, or you want to know your setting. Okay, this one I'm not sure. Yes, Bondin. Let me know which one slide you didn't see. Maybe I just share back the slide if you want. I can do that, no problem. My pleasure. By the way, do you guys use any smartwatch? Let me know what brand you're using, or maybe what models, so that maybe we can have a discussion from here. Okay, although I can't hear what you say, but you can comment here. Okay, I can see what you comment, so maybe we can have some discussion on that. What can we see from resting heart rate? Oops. Someone comment. What can we see from resting heart rate? Okay, usually resting heart rate, you can see many things. Like bodies, your cardiovascular is very strong. You will have a very low resting heart rate. What I mean is, every night when you sleep, your resting heart rate is about 40 and below. It means, okay, what is resting heart rate for your information? So resting heart rate is to, when you rest the time, you pump the blood flow to over your body. If let's say you're having 70 heart rate, resting heart rate, you need to pump 70 times per minute. Means you need to work very hard, like over OT. Okay. If let's say you're having a 40 resting heart rate beat per minute, it's called 40 beat per minute, ppm. Okay, per minute. Okay, let's say in 1 minute you pump 40 times. Means what? You're very efficient because you use the same blood flow, but you work lesser. It means you're very fit. You're fit. Okay, so that is the resting heart rate. Okay. How do we get accurate resting heart rate? Is this part important for the whole training routine? Yes, it's important because when you train often, you train more often, your resting heart rate will be getting lesser and lesser. Means you used to have a 60 resting heart rate, but if you train often, you're getting fitter and fitter. You have 55, you have 50, or maybe 45. So that's indicate you're getting fitter and fitter because you work less to pump the blood flow. Okay, so it's very important. How important the whole routine training. So I won't say we use resting heart rate as a training routine. I will say we use resting heart rate as a monitor our body fatigue and also our condition and also our fitness as well. But if you know that there's one thing called HRV, heart rate variability, if I'm not mistaken, heart rate HRV. Okay, so usually HRV you need. Actually, in HRV, actually the data, you have many indications, but you need to buy some book to check what does it indicate. Everyone is different. Okay, how well you rest, how's your sleep last night, is it very good, or you not sleep very well, those HRV, or you have other sick disease. So those are related back to your HRV, just like your pulse. Okay, in acupuncture, usually they will check your pulse, right? It's something like HRV. Okay. Your early slide from beginning. Early slide from beginning. Yes, it's which slide? Okay. Okay, I have one question. Rosiana, I use my iWatch, Apple Watch. Is it? Okay, the data is limited. to know which zone I'm running, what is your suggestion? iWatch is Apple Watch, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yep, iWatch is Apple Watch. So basically, I'm not sure because I never use iWatch, so I'm not sure that inside the data come with the zone or not. So and I'm not very sure how's the setting inside. If you really want a more accurate, more data, if you like to those kind of things, maybe you can get those the watch. I think 1,004 below you can get a very good price. There's a few brand there. My recommendation, maybe you can choose these three brands. Okay, just my recommendation. Garmin's, Chorus, Huawei, because three of them you can really customize the heart rate reserve, the threshold heart rate, and also the maximum heart rate. So these are the three I see is quite a budget, and also you can do more things with the data as well. And most of them you can do swim by run, so not an issue. So it's a multi. Sorry, Bondi, I'm not sure which slide you're talking about. If you can give me a hint, maybe I can go back to the slide. But if not, then sorry about that because we are run out of time. Okay, to respect everyone. Yes, Apple Watch. Good. So actually, if you want to know more about how to train with the heart rate zone, and also your setting heart rates. So we do have a training program with that. So we can teach you how to set and how to train with that. So we have a 10K, 30 days 10K challenge. So it's a program, it's a 30-day program, is to help people to improve their 10K performance. Okay. So if you're interested, you can PM 10K, just PM 10K, just put here 10K. I will give you some more information on that. Okay, if you're interested to know more, you're interested to want to improve your 10K time after the MCO. So because everyone, we start back their training. So you want to know more, you can just comment 10K here. Okay, if not, then we will share with you next time. Okay. For the basic, the fundamentals training. Okay. So I think I'm gonna end my session here, just to respect everyone's time. So once again, thank you, Spin Malaysia, to sponsor our RFA Facebook Live to doing this. So next week we will still have this topic to talk more, because I will make sure every month at least the top one of the topic talk about training zone and how to set your watch, more tech things, and also some data. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you for staying back with me. Happy to see you guys and online, virtual. Stay safe and train happy. Okay. Bye bye.